Pop Culture Minefield is brought to you by the Bottom of My House Foundation, and in part, by Gary's Backdoor.
What the hell are you doing with that lawnmower, boy?
I aim to kill you with it.
I put that in there because I watched Donut Operator today, and we watched an annoying video of these fucking protesters. They're so phony. They really are. Just the most fake fucking people out there, virtue signaling, and they have a script they go by: scream and rant, say anything, just keep screaming and ranting while the cops are trying to talk to you.
It's not
That's
say
the point.
anything. They keep repeating the same things
Over and over again, loud and annoying, and it's just it's like they're begging to be repressed. It's like, so we watched this one lady get fucking body slammed resisting, and I was worth the price of admission, I'm going to tell you. So hey guys, happy middle of the fucking week. We got Snorty here. I see Gambit's not here. I'm assuming it's because he's traveling. So what is up, man? I hope you're doing good. Of course, our good buddy John Whitaker is here too. And he's saying hello to everybody. And let's see who else dropped in.
We have Alpha.
11 Alpha.
Oh my
11.
God.
I am the violence inherent in the system. Yeah, they get online instruction of performance theater protesting. Absolutely, they do. And which they don't understand is we like to watch these videos. We enjoy them. We like watching these fucking assholes get their asses handed to them. It's entertainment. They think they're scoring points, and they're not. It's a losing battle on their part. So, repress me, baby.
Bad Snorty.
Pow, chicky, pow,
pow. What is this one? I was thinking about doing that animation we were talking about before the show. I was looking at it.
Don't talk about it. Let it be a surprise.
Okay.
I'm a bad bear.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I highly recommend getting the director's cut because if Billy Bob thinks it's important for more character development, it has to be worth it. We haven't watched that yet. We watched the regular theatrical cut.
We couldn't find it, the director's one.
It
is hard to find.
Put it for you on. I shared it with you.
Yeah, but you didn't tell us.
Yeah.
He probably did. So much. She didn't read any of the shit that I fucking posted about the Spider-Man review.
So. I have restricted internet here, so I cannot be just like at home and do whatever I want because that will completely overwhelm it.
But I highly recommend getting the director's cut because I'm wanting to see it. I've never seen the director's cut, but from what Billy Bob said, it adds that additional 13 minutes of character development. So there you go. But I love this film. It's one of those films. I grew up in that kind of environment, and watching the film, I could see so many of the fucking people I knew and grew up with, and it's so weird. It is so weird. And I'm not just talking about when I was in Illinois. I'm talking about also being in Virginia, because in Virginia there's a small town. It's called a city, but it's a small town, and pretty much everybody knew everybody. And Fredericksburg, Virginia. Now it's a bustling city because what made it into a real city there is all the people that work in DC now live in Fredericksburg and they commute. And so you got a bunch of, it grew and expanded over the last 40 years. When I was there, it had a real good small town feel to it. And I kind of missed that version. But overall, this movie surprised me because I had already seen One False Move, which he also wrote with Bill Paxton, and it's one of my favorite films of all time, which is why we did a show about it. And it's such an inspiring independent film, and I like shit like that. And this movie's kind of the same thing. Where'd you grow up, Richmond or DC? Because DC is 50 miles north and Richmond's 50 miles south. It's what is it? A geological abnormality. You're 50 miles from everything.
Maybe.
Yeah. I-95 from Fredericksburg to DC sucks. Man, it always has. And once they built that beltway, it didn't get any better. It's a freaking nightmare driving that highway during rush hour. Yeah, Alexandria's right outside of DC. And Snorty, I lived in Alexandria. When we first moved to Virginia, that's where we lived. We've got an apartment there. And in fact, while we were living in that apartment is where I learned to do that. Dad had a little step stool for me to get up on in order to brush my teeth and stuff and comb my hair. And so I stood in the mirror one night teaching myself how to do Spock. That was back in 72, 73. And now all my kids do it just naturally. And it's funny. Alexandria is Mount Vernon too. I always liked Mount Vernon. See, there in Fredericksburg, we had right across the bridge, one bridge, you have Ferry Farms. And then on the other bridge, the Falmouth Bridge, is Falmouth, Virginia. And you keep driving there and you end up at the townhouses. I lived out on the outskirts of the city, right off I-95. I got it. And I still, I go to Google Earth and I'll do the street view. And I'll just drive around Fredericksburg on Google. It's so much fun to look at that place now. Oh, Meth is here.
The Meth.
Hi, Matt.
You adding him?
Yep. And Brian.
Good to see you.
There you go. Hey, Meth.
So you were right off of George Washington Parkway. Yeah, I know right where you're at. I used to bike ride down to Mount Vernon. I remember some of the old pre-World War II Coast artillery emplacements are still around there. Yep.
Yeah, I've been there many times. In my dreams.
They still have an anti-aircraft gun parked out. It's World War II memorial right in front of my old elementary school, Maury Elementary in Fredericksburg. And the principal was getting angry because we would get there way before he got into school, and we would go out to that thing and we would always turn it to aim right at the fucking school.
Obviously.
The twin,
you know what's crazy?
Anti-aircraft guns.
I don't know how it is in other countries, right? When I grew up, it was essentially right after one of the big wars, right? So there was a lot of leftover loot that we were not using as an army because it's essentially Soviet, like Soviet things, like Soviet tanks, Soviet APCs that we were not using because we were getting American ones. So some of them they just place in like parks and shit, like where kids play, and they just play. We just played on like actual tanks. You can sit in them, you can move the fucking sticks. It wasn't moving.
I love cultures that do that because we always we had a park in Illinois, Lincoln Park, right in Charleston, And Charleston is famous because it's our fairground for the famous Lincoln debate with what's his name? Oh shit, I forgot his name. Douglas. The Lincoln Douglas debate was in Charleston, Illinois fairground. And he slept at our courthouse in town. It was like a huge thing. And there was a Civil War battle in our town. Our town was made up of mostly Yankees. You know, my family all fought for the North. And in fact, the one that didn't, we don't recognize him. He was disavowed. It's like, yeah, fuck that guy. You know, but we
and
had
his
a
name
Sherman
was
tank.
General Lee.
General Lee. We had Ang Lee, though. He was Chinese.
No, generally.
Generally. Generally, he's General Lee.
Yeah.
But I was going to point out, we had a Sherman tank at the Charleston Lincoln Park. And then you go 20 miles outside of town, because it's twin town. There's Mattoon, Charleston. And we share a major hospital. Sarah Bush Lincoln, or as we used to call it, Sarah Butcher Lincoln. Because if you want to die, go there. They almost killed my dad. And I'm not shitting you. I got into one of the biggest medical legal fights to save my dad. But anyway, Mattoon's Park has a Pershing tank. And the Pershing was the replacement for the Sherman. And so it's kind of cool. You get the Sherman
Not made in actual Persia.
No, it's named after General Pershing. And oh, hi, Penny.
Penny's here.
Sorry.
Hey, Penny.
Oh, hi, Penny.
You know what the problem with Soviet
convert a lot of
tanks?
captured Syrian and Egyptian tanks, APCs into ammo carriers, support vehicles.
Most of it was essentially went into scrap metal and I think reused for artillery shells. Some of it, probably.
I got to tell you, I find it interesting because it's clearly obvious I support Israel, and I consider
really. I thought you were
in the relationship. In the relationship, I was because
he's only anti you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the only Jew I don't like. I love you.
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting on that. I didn't want to interfere with the love bombing here.
That's right.
Emphasis on bomb.
I do listen a lot to a gentleman who I really do admire, John Carrico. And he said, the only thing disparaging he's ever said, I don't consider it disparaging. He says, oh, Israel spies on us constantly. He says, but if you get caught looking at anything from Israel, they will fire you at the CIA. You leave Israel the fuck alone. And it's a one-way street. And I got to tell you, I don't really have a problem with that. I don't care. I think that
we don't fuck around when it comes to spies. There's a guy who, okay, do you know that Judaism have sects, right? Not sex, sects, like Catholics.
You keep saying the same word. I'm confused now.
Yeah, I know. Some of them are more religious, some of them are less religious, but the ultra, there's Orthodox Jews and there's ultra Orthodox Jews. Those
they're scary, dude.
The guys who are in Brooklyn, deep in Brooklyn, not the regular Brooklyn,
that's
the deep in Brooklyn where you literally, it's a no-go zone because they're not terrorists, but they're super terrorists. Those are the ones with the burrows. These are nutty Jews. They're crazy even by our Orthodox Jews standards. Okay,
because
these guys go to Iran, sit with the Ayatollahs, and plot the destruction of the state of Israel because God didn't tell us to come back yet, according to them. They caught one, I think last week here, giving information to the current regime after we killed a bunch of them. The current ones, the replacements, they caught him filming I think the chief of the army, like the head general, essentially.
Okay.
That guy's going to prison for
Oh yeah,
a
you
while.
don't do that shit. You don't
And you know
do
what
that
he
shit.
did? He's
What?
like, I'm not Israeli. I'm a sovereign citizen. It's like, no,
Oh my God.
you are
Fuck
going
those
to
people do that shit.
prison. You are going to prison forever. Like forever.
I do not understand the stupidity of these people. Like,
you know
how can you
which-
be that fucking dumb?
Do you know which prison he's going to? Where we keep all the Hamas terrorists.
Oh,
That's where that guy's going.
No, that's bad for him. Yeah.
So we don't fuck around. It's the mentality of, if anything gets out that is like big
Okay.
secret, there is no more country. That's the mentality. So in the
No,
US, we had a data leak of the CIA. Langley got hacked. Oh my God, no problem. In 6 months, it's a different information. That's the way different mentality over here.
Well, the thing is, like, because of how the United States is continental, we don't worry too much. We really don't. The biggest problem we've had is the infiltration from our north and south borders during the previous administration. And Sarah is a friend of mine, CIA, by the way, and she still works for the CIA, and she's got a podcast on YouTube. Been on my channel 3 times, and she and Boone from 13 Hours. He was the sniper. And we talked about the Mossad, and we talked about great conversations about it. But she also talked about the shit at the southern border. And she says, we have cells from Iran, Houthis in particular, in this country that are going to do shit. And you better prepare for it, because they were allowed into this country. And before they leave, they're going to die before they leave.
Yeah, probably.
We're not going to get rid of them. And they're going to pop up. And she was talking about like malls. She was talking about shopping centers, popular public locations.
Parades.
And I said,
Parades.
Disney World is, and I was just talking to Anima because I did the designs. I designed the security company that runs Disney World security. And I tell people, they are their own, they have their own intelligence people, and they run it like it's a fucking country. And
I've been to Universal
security department are all mercs. Some of them some of them former Blackwater security guys, former Blackwater mercs, the good ones. And I was proud that I designed their graphics and logo.
I've been to Universal in LA.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, they seem lax, but if you look, you
read that, man. Read it.
Using only abandoned once.
It's so brutal. What are they, Italian?
No, actually, now they're Abrams M1.
Oh, Abrams.
But they used to be T-72, because that's what the Russians allowed, or T-62. Sorry, T-62s. That's because that's what the Russian handed them down. And you know what the problem with the T-62s, and basically a lot of the old Russian tanks, they had an extra fuel tank at the back. So, the Israeli armor was taught to shoot not at the turret, at the side of the turret, just a little bit off
with the fuel tank.
A little bit off, because it's gonna hit the fuel tank, even if they have some equipment back there. It's gonna hit the fuel tank. Once they hit the fuel tank, that's it. No more tank.
I want to go back to these because a lot of people don't know what he's talking about here, but I know what he's talking about. That is exactly what my nephew dealt with, was unexploded ordnance. That was his primary job in the army, was dealing with that shit. And UXO, they still do find shit all the time. But I did not know they found shit up in New Jersey. And that's fucking nutty. And
Why would they have unexploded shells in New Jersey? What did they shoot
not necessarily
in the water
shells,
for,
ordnance.
like U-boats?
It could be something in boxes or crates too. So I don't know.
So, yeah, fell off the boat kind of a thing.
In Verdun, he found them, and I'm not surprised with that because a lot of shit got buried.
Verdun is a hotbed for like World War I shells and mines, and even
I'm sure the Germans left a lot of fucking toxic shit behind those.
Even the French left, like the French. There was one story in the I think it was like in the mid-90s that they found 2 canisters of mustard gas, and they weren't sure if they were depleted or not, so they just handled. They used a lot of fucking fire bombs to it's a controlled bomb and fire at the same time, so it would any gas would just immediately essentially burn out and vaporize. And it's very local. It's super dangerous to do, but Verdun is kind of an open space and there's not a lot of people living there, so it's not a big problem. But yeah, I think it was the 90s.
I know that we really need to talk about this fucking movie, so I stopped.
I'll stop.
But because I paused the movie because one, I love J.T. Walsh is like one of my favorite character actors, and it broke my heart that he died in '97. And like, you know, the last thing he got to do was that movie with Tobey Maguire, where they go into a TV world, and because of sex, color starts to show up, and it just bugged the shit out of me. Pleasantville. It's basically like a 2-hour Twilight Zone episode about sex, and one girl, her lips are the first thing that become colorized, and I'm like, what is that trying to say?
That lips are red?
Just like, all of a sudden her lips are red after she went out with this boy, and it's like, what are you saying exactly here? So that movie had its weird morals, Hollywood morals, but I still enjoyed the film. Barney Fife is in it, you know, Don Knotts,
because it was criticizing the 50s in a low-key kind of
because the 50s were bad. Racism. It's like, I'm going to tell you something. Racism wasn't everywhere in the 50s. So stop that shit. Stop trying to act like every person owned a fucking slave in the 1800s, 1700s. That's bullshit. Less than 5% of the South.
Stop acting slaves. Like Jim Crow was in the North.
Right. Oh, Jesus Christ. But I love J.T. Walsh. He's like one of my favorite actors of all time. And like he got to do a couple of really good, several films in the 90s. He knocked it out of the park. First one being A Few Good Men, where he played the part, the subordinate officer to Nicholson's character, who ends up
Markinson. Yeah.
Yes, Markinson. He ends up topping himself because he won't testify against him. Then in this movie, he's a fucking psycho, but he's also in the short film. And just so you know, when this movie won the Oscar, it won it not for best original screenplay, but the best screenplay based on another script, which was written by the same fucking guy, Billy Bob Thornton. He wrote the short story called, some call it a Sling Blade, which is actually pretty good. It's creepy, but it's good. I don't really like the director on that one. What's his name? George Hickenlooper. Is that it? Hickenlooper?
I don't know.
Beats me.
I think it's Hickenlooper. Alpha, somebody in the chat, tell me if I got that right or not.
I don't remember.
But Hickenlooper and he did not get along. And you wouldn't tell when you look at interviews with them, you'd think, oh, everything was fine. But no, there was a lot of conflict between Billy Bob and him. And that is what led to him directing the film himself when he decided to make the movie. Okay. And by the way, one of the big backers for the film was none other than Robert Duvall.
Gary,
What?
Billy Bob directed it.
The
That's
short
what he
one?
said.
No.
Yes, absolutely, John.
The short one
Oh, I
and
think
the,
you're
the long movie. Both of them.
Oh,
What?
I'm looking at Wikipedia. He did both.
Who did?
Billy Bob Thornton.
No shit. That's
But
what I
you
said.
said another name as a director.
No. He said that he did it.
George Hickenlooper directed the short film, but he wasn't brought in to work on the film because of the animosity that Billy Bob had towards him. And then later, Hickenlooper bitched and moaned because he didn't show appreciation when he got his Oscar in mentioning him for directing the short film. And basically Billy Bob was distancing himself from the short film because he felt that film wasn't what he wanted, and he didn't want to go repeat that, and he wanted to try to treat this as an original film. But the fact is, when he won the Oscar, he won it for best adapted screenplay.
Yeah, also
Hey,
the
Gambit
first
is
25
here.
minutes are pretty much
Hi,
first
Gambit.
25 minutes are pretty much the short movie, almost word by word. They didn't change all that much.
No, he preferred using real people. In fact, one of his childhood best friends is in the movie. He's the guy that runs the engine shop. That's his. Like, they've been friends since they were kids. Went back and watched Billy Bob. Yep. Okay. That. Go back, see if I missed anything up here. When the Avatar updates, my photo is an unexploded German artillery round from Verdun. Oh, very
Yes, it
cool.
is.
Very cool, Alpha.
Just so you know, guys, I cannot help with chat today because it's not loading new comments. It's stuck.
Excuses.
So anyway, he got some
Really?
really good actors in the movie, though. He got, like I said, J.T. Walsh plays the psycho. James Hampton here, who plays the guy that runs the Valhalla. He got John Ritter, and John Ritter was pissed at him at first, but they were friends, so he got over it. But he was pissed about the haircut because he was supposed to film a PSA, and he got this fucking crazy haircut, and he had to wear a ball cap in the PSA he did for TV because fucking haircut he got in this movie. You got Brent Briscoe is actually a character actor too that's in this, and Lucas Black is amazing in this
Yes.
film. Frank. That kid just knocked it out of the park. Everything he was in as a kid. I got to be honest. I like him in everything he does. He was my favorite part of NCIS New Orleans. It's the only reason I really watch it. That, and I do like the guy that played Archer in Star Trek Enterprise. But I like that kid. He's just, there's something so fundamentally down to earth about that guy. And come to find out, he left Hollywood, told Hollywood. That's why he left the show. He was getting tired of Hollywood politics.
Oh, not because of Tokyo Drift?
No.
No.
He got tired. He got tired of some of the bullshit. Now he's really outspoken on Hollywood. And you're going to probably see him in a lot of Angel productions. I've got a feeling.
By the way, he has a
I'm
YouTube
not.
channel dedicated to hunting and fishing.
Yeah. He's a family man, dude. He really is. He's all about family, all about doing the natural shit, man stuff, going out hunting, fishing. And I like that he's got his own channel. I'm going to go sub to him. Is it his name?
I had it as a tab. Then I can't remember. Oh my gosh, where did I put it?
That's what she said.
It's called Real Life Lucas Black. I put it in on chat.
That's crazy, dude, that you're finding unexploded ordnance there. Ugh.
There you go.
Oh, well, I can't click on that. Oh, real life Lucas Black.
I
I'll
put it
remember that.
on private chat so you can go
Oh,
for it
now
afterwards.
I can get that one.
Ah,
I am totally going to sub to it right now. Right now. And I love the accents in this movie. And what's
Oh,
funny
yeah.
is like Lucas Black. He's not from Arkansas, but he's from Alabama. But what's so neat is when you get in that area, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas, and parts of Louisiana, some of the accents transition into each other there. It's really weird. The closer they are together, the closer their accents are. And but he works so good in this fucking movie. And I love that. It's the most memorable line in the film. Well, he says, I like the way you talk. And he goes, I like the way you talk. It's fucking great. Billy Bob
It
Thornton.
took me a while to
Yeah,
get used to it.
well, yeah, because you had trouble with some of the accents in the film. And I grew up around
I had
that
to
shit. And if you have
concentrate to
trouble, just
understand
ask me.
everything. Yeah.
Change the photo again. Now it's a Belgian cows are curious when you walk the battlefield. I also understand that they tell other cows how they need to live in Europe.
God damn. Yeah. Sander is saying hello to you, Anima.
Hi, Sander.
He's
Oh,
saying
well.
Guten Tag, meine
Yeah,
Freunde.
to all of us. Yes, yes.
And Guten Tag to you, mein Freund. All the ones I find are the World War One, mainly around Verdun, but also along. I don't know how to pronounce that one.
Chemin de Stams.
Chemin,
Oh,
Chemin de Dame.
Chemin de Dames.
Bless you.
Yeah,
Fuck
thank
you.
you.
I said fuck you.
Ah. Be grateful, Anima.
No.
there
Not
is
this week.
what you learn about the character of Carl is that even as a child, he had these things ingrained in him. That it was the things that was taught to him that led to the first murder.
Yep.
Because
And
if he hadn't been told that, he would have never have thought that was the justified thing to do. And so she pretty much made her own bed, physically and metaphorically. And I did check that the movie takes place at the same time as when they filmed it, so it is set to be in the mid '90s. Because when I first saw it, I thought maybe it was supposed to be the like '80s or late '70s. Also, look, man, I am such a fan of this film, and not just because of the acting and the story, but the fucking soundtrack to this film is done by one of my favorite artists and also one of my favorite producers, which is Daniel Lanois. And there's a point in the film where I told her to listen to the music in this one scene near the end. And that's where right when he's sitting down on the sofa and you hear this music begin when he's outside going into the house, you hear this percussion driven part. And I said, that is absolutely Peter Gabriel sounding music. But there's a reason, because Daniel Lanois helped Peter Gabriel form his sound for the album Up, or I mean, not Up, sorry, So, which is like building, not building, what it's called, In Your Eyes, Red Rain, Mercy Street, all of that. Daniel Lanois plays on it. He produced it, and he helped Peter Gabriel refine his skills. By the way, do you know who that is? The ice cream guy.
Jim Jarmusch.
yes.
Very good. Very fucking good. He's
I
also a favorite director of mine.
can't
Also, you have
Mephisto-
another character actor in this movie that I don't know if you guys saw, was Mickey Jones. Like you even see him in a scene in the movie Total Recall with Schwarzenegger. He's on the train. He's just a country boy, and he used to play with country bands. So he technically has two music artists in this film. You've got Mickey Jones, who's in the band, by the way, and he's the one who pushes the guy in the wheelchair out of the house after Doyle acts like a fucking asshole. And then Dwight Yoakam is Doyle. And my God, he's good in this movie. You really want him to be murdered. He's that fucking good. It's like, man, that Dwight Yoakam needs to die. he's so good at playing an asshole.
No, he needs some killing.
He needs good killing. But the performances in this movie, I cannot fucking stress how great the acting is in this movie. You despise J.T. Walsh in the hospital.
He's slimy.
And you also get the character arc for Carl, because Carl confronts him. He just, he's making noises because he doesn't like the way he talks. And finally, he says, you better leave me alone or I'm going to kill you. It's like, holy shit.
And you believe him when he says that.
Yeah, that is Carl's
so
fucking character arc from the beginning of the film to the end. Is he becomes a whole person by the end of the film. Then also, yes, Robbie Robertson, who's also friends with Peter Gabriel. In fact, his song Broken Arrow has Peter Gabriel singing the backing vocals on that. But Daniel Lanois wrote a song for The Beauty of Winona. Is one of my favorite songs by him. I fucking love that song. If you've never heard it, it's called For the Beauty of Winona by Daniel Lanois. Check that song out, Sam. Hammerslag, Sander. Fucker.
Hey.
I mean,
I sound like I don't know how to talk today.
Never mind. I had a joke, but whatever.
No. What is it?
I said when he broke off with his engagement to Winona, he changed it also to breaking with Wino.
Breaking with Winona.
Not Winona, with Wino.
With Wino.
Don't you know the story, Gary?
No.
Johnny Depp was engaged to Winona Ryder early 90s. Yeah. And he had a tattoo with a heart says Winona Forever. And he had to change it to Wino Forever. And he lived up to that name, too.
Yeah. Best thing about this scene is how he doesn't treat him different when he doesn't know what to order. Like people used to. My favorite part is him asking him, what do you eat? It's like, that's great. Because I do that too. Like if I go to a restaurant and I don't know what the best thing on their menu, I'm looking, I don't know their items. I'll go, what do you think is the best? What would you order here, or what do you recommend? And I like that, especially if the person taking the order gives you an honest opinion on something. And he does.
Yeah, but if the honest opinion is French fries
are pretty
I
good.
Around and look for something else. Because if the French
fries are pretty good. No. I like that line. French fries are pretty good.
Well, it's hard to fuck up French fries.
Hey, awesome one.
Right?
McDonald's does it. McDonald's screws them up badly. The best, I just said this, voted the best was Wendy's and Hardee's for the best French fries. And at one point they used to say, Burger King, but I don't like Burger King. Anything at Burger King. Wait, what does that say? That Chemin de Dames, Ladies' Way, was an east-west road that ran along a ridge line. It was the site of the first, second, and third battles of the, I don't know that word.
And
yeah, I'm not going to try to pronounce the French words or names.
Nobody should.
One of the few things I know is the Alsace-Lorraine and the Battle of Belleau Wood. The dishonest opinion is whatever dish we have too much of and the manager told us to move. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. If somebody does that, that's just dirty baseball. Martin Burr. How are you doing, Oswald? Hope you're having a good day. Oh, look, Shinotsky's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way he says taters. Not tatters, taters.
Mm-hmm.
I worked as a food broker for the company that makes Wendy's French fries. Yeah. I like their fries. And I order all my fries without salt because I like the taste of the potato. And when you eat from Hardee's and from Wendy's, you feel like you're eating potatoes. I mean, you taste it, and I like that. French fries at McDonald's, not so much. It's because they soak them in sugar water.
It's because they have like 15 ingredients instead of 3.
I like. I've had Wahlburgers. We do have that here, but what I like is the Whataburger. They got a really good hamburger there. They got a smash burger I like. Well, I'm trying to think. There's one of them. It is a franchise restaurant, but it's not like that. Like I like the French fries at Steak and Shake. They're shoestring French fries, and I order them with the either with the cheese or with the chili cheese. They're really good, but I prefer crinkle cut French fries, and I think it's the place that makes butter burgers. What is that called? You look it up real quick.
What the fuck is a butter burger?
You got it.
They're
You
cooked
put
with butter.
a butter bar between 2 buns, and there you go.
Actually, they cook it with butter? Pass.
Well, they do that with steak
I
too.
love butter, but fuck it. Keep it away from
They don't use vegetable oil. They use butter. Yeah.
Fine.
I'm trying to find it. It's
I
they
mean,
have one
it's
here, and I forget the name of it.
less costly to use like a teaspoon of tallow. It's way tastier too. But whatever. What do I know about food?
No, you're supposed to say it this way. What I know about food.
Hey, Reed is in the house, and Beckman's
Hi,
here
Reed.
too.
I saw something about Steak and Shake. There we go. Every Steak and Shake closed because of COVID near me. We still have the original one off of Route 66 here in Springfield. Also on the south side of town, they have one. And oh my God, on drunk nights with my friends, we ate there so often at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God, what a fucking great burger. The last place that I ate at with Keith was there. We went to dinner with his wife, his daughter, her boyfriend, and Scott was there too. And we all ate at Steak and Shake and had a great night. It's got a restaurant atmosphere I like. Everybody keeps their own business. Nobody getting too rowdy. If we get together, maybe we can kidnap Boosh and make him cook for us. You goddamn right, Vinkman's girl.
That has been a plan for a while now.
Yeah. Like I share everything he posts when it comes to food, man. Boosh is a brilliant fucking chef. And I tell him, get dry ice and send it to me overnight. Send it to me. I gotta have some of the shit you make. He did a braised steak one night. I just was like, oh my God, I fucking love that. Butter steak is steak that is aged but covered with a coat of butter. They do it right before they cook it, and it's really good. It's really good. I don't do it because I have a specific way I like my steaks prepared, and I don't mind aged steak because I do. Most expensive steak I ever had was here at Flame, $75 for 14-ounce ribeye. Medium rare, and I ate off that thing for 5 days. It was so fucking big. John Ritter's haircut here is ridiculous. And I love the fact that they can't seem to sell potted meat, but that's all, he wants. I'll get me some more of that potted meat. And potted meat is like, it's kind of like spam, but it's made with beef. It's like it, but it's beef and, or beef parts. Like the joke between him and Frank is that, he says, my daddy told me that they put everything in it, including their wieners. Oh, you shouldn't ought to talk like that. And he says, well, wait, I think I see one. He points it out and Frank starts laughing. The relationship between him and Frank is so fucking funny because they're both mentally the same age. When you think about it, they're both about 12 years old, And the thing I really like is there's nothing creepy really about Carl. He's just weird. Not creepy, he's just weird. Yeah, I like that when she's like, I don't think he sees you as a guy's guy. And we had a guy like that in town, and I talk about him. His name is Henry Gale. I went looking to see if he had an obituary, and I've not found where he died. So I'm assuming he's still there. He was one of the best known hairdressers in town. I'm telling you, Fredericksburg, when I grew up there, was a town, a small town. Everybody knew everybody. And he was the local homosexual. And the running, it's not a joke, it's a true story. He went to Kmart and got a dress on sale and went to a party in this dress and then went back on Monday morning after the weekend and returned the dress to get his money back. He wore it to a party. And I feel bad to this day because technically I committed gay bashing, even though that was not my intention. But I was running through town. He didn't recognize me. He was looking at me from behind and he like honked at me and I'm running, and I looked over and he says, y'all need a ride? And I went, no, Henry, I don't need a ride. Keep going. Go on. I waved him on and he wouldn't go. And so I picked up a little rock and I threw it and I meant to like hit him in the body and I hit him right in the face.
Yeah, that's what you keep saying.
And I did not mean it. I really didn't. And I felt awful when it happened because I liked Henry, but I knew what he was doing. He's trying to pick me up. I'm not doing it. I'm not gay. And I kept running, but I heard him come to a screeching stop and he goes, God damn it. That hurt. I heard him yell. And then he gassed it and fucking sped past me. And I was like, God, I'm not going to apologize to him. He shouldn't have done that. But I did feel bad. Still do. I think back on that. Gary likes his meat delivered in the back door. Fucking, I don't care what door, to be honest. I'll take it in the front door, take it in the back door. Like a bar, liquor in the front and poker in the back. Bellawood is just southwest of Chemin de Dance. The Germans had driven south during the spring offensive. U.S. troops moved into the line and recaptured the area. And that is also the battle where they got the nickname that sticks to this day. Devil dogs. These Germans called them that. They're terrified of them. Best grilled. I mean, my grandfather served alongside them. And he said, there were some crazy sons of bitches. And he says, when they came walking back for us to go up and hold their position for them, they came back and some were wearing their masks and they had poked the lenses out of the masks, defeating the purpose of the fucking mask so they could aim their weapons. Because once the glass got covered with mustard gas and mud and what have you, they were trying to wipe them and they couldn't see. So they would poke the lenses out of their masks. Crazy shit. I've known a lot of guys like Doyle here growing up. Some of them dated my mom. And my brother Mike and I had to deal with them all the time. Fucking drunks. And my dad was an ugly drunk. So was my grandfather. And when they drank hard liquor, you didn't want to be around them. They get physical. My dad knocked the shit out of me a couple of times drunk. French goats are also curious. These goats lived by Verdun. Yes, World War One. American troops during World War One, like the shotgun. Yeah, I was just talking about that, Snort. The other day, I said that the Germans said that if they catch an American with a shotgun, they're going to execute him on the spot. And Americans' response was, "You shoot one, execute one of them, we execute all our German prisoners." And Germany dropped it because they didn't like that shotgun's effective in trench warfare. And it cuts you. And that's what we refer to. The 12 gauge is a fucking amputator. It takes limbs off, shatters bones. Shoot somebody center mass with a shotgun, it removes organs.
Damn.
I gave that boy an appendectomy and liver removal. One shot.
That's
And
just
this is where
gross.
you see his true colors, the way he acts. Hey, 2 jewels from Awesome One. Thank you, buddy.
I still don't know.
I'm
what they
fading
actually
away
mean.
fast, guys.
Yeah, I can tell you're getting tired, buddy.
I'm getting tired. It's a work day. Did you notice I came in a little bit late? Actually did work around the house at fucking 10 to 11. Jesus. All right, so I'm gonna go. I need to
Thanks for
revisit
dropping in,
this
buddy.
movie.
I owe you a video
Yeah.
before you go.
Man, is there anything more common in these times than a rural Jew?
I told you don't owe me anything. I don't particularly enjoy the tailored videos for people.
Well,
you can always skip mine, and I will never ever be offended.
It's
fine.
what we do.
I know. All right, guys. Thank you. I wish I could contribute even more, but I just didn't.
For you.
I really wanted to watch the movie before we talked about it, so I didn't really have a lot of like. The only scene I remember is the one with Jim Jarmusch, which because it's a favorite of mine.
Working at the restaurant. Yeah.
Anyway, so
And that's a film I want to do sometime that he did is Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai. I love that movie.
Okay. Cool.
You like that film?
I do. It's one of those you have to see it once at least, because it's one of those things that essentially, if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but it doesn't end well. But there's always
It's not a happy ending.
It's a moral story. This time of conviction and stuff. It's very interesting. The fact that it's Whitaker doing it, gives it that extra bit.
Because he's really good in the role. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, but it's not just because it's Whitaker himself. It's also he's black, and also he's heavy, specifically heavy in the role.
He's not skinny. He's not thin.
Because skinny Whitaker from The Color of Money is way different from heavy Whitaker from like Idi Amin.
Yeah.
So it's between those.
The Last King of Scotland. Great fucking movie.
Yeah, that's what it is. Right, buddy, Anima, Martine.
I speak for all of us. We love you, Matt.
I love you too, man. That's why I made it. I kind of forced myself to join you guys.
Well, it's appreciated, buddy. We just love seeing you.
I'll try my best to be there Friday, but
okay,
I've got
man.
some family stuff. So
get some sleep.
I will.
Good night.
All right,
Bye,
brother.
man.
Take care. Stay safe.
I know. What we need to do is buy an island in the middle of the Atlantic, and we can all live there and have the same time zone all the time.
That'd be funny. Like everybody moves to this island. All right, here's your
Yeah,
video.
I'd like that.
I like that one.
Mm.
I hate that chat is not moving for me. That's the first time it does that.
Let's see, we got this one here. My friend's grandpa had an 8GA Hungarian shirt shotgun that was for trenches in close quarter. Scary shotgun I ever saw. Yeah, sawed-off shotguns, man. Pump. My biological mother was married 6 times. Most of them would fit right into this film. Yeah, my mother notoriously was married 13 times, and most of them not legally. And my brother Michael and I sat down and figured it out when we were younger, how many marriages. And with each one of those marriages, we went to a different school system. So 13 marriages, 13 different school systems. And when I got to Fredericksburg, when my dad kidnapped me, I could barely read. And by the time I got to 5th grade, in a period of 1 year, I had a college level reading skill set. And they put me in remedial English, and the teacher was like, he's like advanced. You need to not have him in here. And I stayed friends with that lady until she died. She was a good teacher. Let's see. Kathleen Kennedy, when she met George Lucas, I had to kill you. Oh, man. No. That's good for me. In fact, one of the best shotgun scenes I ever saw in a movie is the movie with Steven Seagal and John Forsythe. I forget the name of that movie. And the final shootout, Seagal has that shotgun. He shoots that one dude, blows his leg off. One shot. And I'm like, that was fucking cool. Around our kids. Yeah, I wish my mother
That's
was
how
like
you
that.
should do it. Yeah.
That's the way I was with Zoe. I'm working on trying to go from the heavier Whitaker to smaller Whitaker right now, about halfway there. I don't know what that even means. John,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
No idea. Explain, please.
Let's see. Is that on here? Yeah, there you go.
And Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Nope, that's not it. Sorry, you're fucked. I don't see the Bakalaka Deep. Oh, there it is.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
There we go. Last King of Scotland, aka Black Pudding. Hey Gary, where are you going with that lawnmower blade in your head? Reckon to kill you. So what's up, E Clay? Hope you're doing well. It's the middle of the week. Hump day. That one has one of the loudest farts in cinematic history. I don't remember that.
What? That's an odd bit of
I'm sure it's
trivia.
in there. Where Edie, I mean farts. My chat loves to freeze itself. Thanks, ScrewTube.
Sax is here too.
Oh, you gonna play it?
Yeah, allow me.
Hi, Zax.
Hi, Sax.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
My late father-in-law said he had an aunt that got married so many times that she got banned from marrying.
Yeah.
How many times is that?
Hell, we don't even know if my mom and my dad's marriage was legal because they got married in Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh.
Yeah, it's actually killing the mobsters was fucking cool because he goes to war with the mob. My mother's parents adopted my brother and me, so we stayed in the family. Telling people your mother is your sister can be a little confusing, though, especially if you don't live in West Virginia. Mm. It's a good movie, dude. Yeah, it's going to be like the Expendables. You know, Rain Man, Sling Blade. Get all the characters. The one that um, Sean Penn played, Simon, something like that. Sam, whatever the character's name was. Get all the mentally handicapped characters into one movie, and it'll be like an Expendables action film. Mephisto is talking about Forrest Whitaker being bigger and smaller. My comments must be getting delayed. Yeah, we don't expect this one for another hour. Yep, Sling Blade 2, the second swing. Yeah, the theme song to this was that country song from back in the 80s, Just a Swingin'.
Nello, Nello.
Uh-oh.
No.
What was that?
Kitty cat attack.
Oh,
Canelo. You should have fed him before the show, Martin. No wonder he's trying to eat you.
What?
Cloud Rouge Farm. The 42nd Rainbow Division was formed from all the extra NG units not assigned. And that's kind of funny because, like, my grandfather ended up in one of those because he was artillery. But he came over, got here, or got to France and had no guns. So he ended up a machine gunner with this bastard brigade, you know, and I wrote an entire story about it, and I call it The Bastard's Drum, talking about the shit my grandfather went through in trench warfare. He was there from Bella Wood to the last shots. Yeah, when he played Charlie Parker, that's right. Good film, tough film. Not a happy film. Because Charlie Parker died. Drug overdose. I think it was heroin. No, I have not. And by the way, I got to work on that film as a paramedic. They always have paramedics on set, and I was with King County where it was filmed, and they had about 6 of us working the movie set at different times. I was pissed at my friend Carol, who spent the most time working on the film. She didn't get the credit. They only gave one paramedic credit. Oh, that's a clip. Okay, there you go, Martin. That's when Idi Amin farts.
You guys are so weird.
Yep.
What is it with the fascination with farts?
Oh, it's a guy
I'll
thing.
never get jokes like that.
It's a guy thing. Stop. It's a guy.
Okay.
The thing I like is how Carl doesn't move. And it tells you that he grew up around that shit. That kind of violence. National Guard divisions were regional. As Gary well knows, the 29th was Maryland and Virginia Guard. 28th was PA. Yeah. 27th, New York. I forget what Illinois was because that's what my grandfather was in. It was that National Guard unit that he refused to, because they were being sent to Chicago to deal with the riots with the blacks, and the black soldiers up there were protesting not getting their VA pay. And my grandfather refused to aim a weapon at another American veteran. So they originally what did they call it? What he had abandoned his post, is what this officer tried to do, and wanted to charge him. And their general countermanded it, and it just disappeared. But I still have copies of the original article, well, whatever they called it. Well, I don't think it was an Article 15 in World War One, but it's pretty much the same thing. Not too bad. Wait, what was that? Yeah, Lenny was also a great film with a great role, Dustin Hoffman. I'll tell you another one is Charlie, based on Letters to Algernon. And I love that movie. And it's about a guy that's mentally disabled that gets a serum that makes him super smart, but then it begins to fade away. And he goes back to being simple. And it's so heartbreaking to watch. It's a good movie.
You showed me clips from that, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie. Lenny was also a great film. I like that movie. Don't get me wrong, Charlie Parker liked his heroin. It was his long-term alcohol abuse that got him bleeding ulcer combined with liver issues.
Ah, that is so sad.
Yeah, Charlie Parker, man. The men who fought and died at Croix Rouge Farm were from Alabama and Iowa. Their grandfathers would have been on opposite sides some 50 years earlier. I remember the movie going into that issue that Parker used to numb the pain from the ulcer.
It also makes you not hungry anymore.
So that's who.
Which definitely helps when you have issues with the stomach.
That's the division my grandfather was in right there. Thank you, Alpha. And like I said, he refused to take arms against American veterans of World War One, and he got away with it. Hollywood just loves to play, but you never go full retard.
Never go full retard.
Yep. So one thing we learned in that movie, because that was a mistake Sean Penn did. He went full, and he didn't get the Oscar nomination or win.
And he stayed there.
Come on.
I like to see because he asks her to make him biscuits. I love that. 2:00 in the morning.
No, she offers it.
No,
she's offering it.
Want anything? And he says, "Well, I could use some biscuits. You want me to bake some?"
Are we
biscuits?
already that late in the movie?
Yeah, this is after the fight, and it's so fucking funny. She's like, "Well, it's almost breakfast anyway. I'll make you some biscuits and gravy." He goes, "I just want some mustard on them." The noises he makes.
I think
now that's his friend.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts of this movie is his friend, the big dude. He's not an actor, but he wanted him in this movie. So to get him to act not stiffly but natural, he told him the camera guys, they're just not getting it. So we need a couple of rehearsals for them. So just do the lines, but don't worry, they're not really shooting. They're just practicing shots and blocking and stuff. But they were rolling. He just didn't say action. And then once they started like playing serious, basically he did a Clint Eastwood. Once he started action and rolling and stuff, the things just got weird. So most of the takes with the big guy.
Billy Bob knows Clint, and Clint doesn't do the action cut thing. He'll just go, okay, go ahead. Roll the cameras. Okay, go when you're ready. And then when it's done, he goes, well, I think that's good. I think we're good there. That's all he does. Let's move on.
I like that. Less pressure.
that movie Sam made for one of the best jokes in Tropic Thunder. That's right. Never go full retard. And I got to be honest, I kind of like the movie. Great soundtrack. His brother, who to me, after he lost his brother, Chris, Chris was always, in my opinion, the actual talented Penn when it came to acting. But then I also really like his brother, is it Michael Penn, that does the music. Like he did that song, Romeo and Blue Jeans, whatever that song is called. Great fucking tune. Had us about a highly functional disabled person who has to deal with how stupid everyone else around. Yeah, because ever since what's his name, Mencia, the comedian, Carlos Mencia, said that line. He said, like, you're so dumb, even Down syndrome people look and go, oh, you're retarded.
Ouch.
Cinema. Billy Bob talked about it on the Joe Rogan episode. Yeah, we watched part of that. Yeah. We watched that. Animal saw part of that interview. I like Billy Bob. I like the cut of his jib. I like the way he thinks. I like the way he writes. And I like the way he acts. I was real iffy about some of his behavior with that Canadian crew when he came on as a band with his band, but then they started talking about his film career and it pissed him off. So he became antagonistic in the interview. But I sat there going, look, man, the guy's probably tired, travels a lot, and wants to focus on his band. And I see no problem with it. This is part of the story that goes away. She comes in and gives him flowers. And that's the last time you see her character. That always bothered me. Just disappears in the story. I think he couldn't figure out where to go with that. And so he just didn't write anymore. 93rd Division was also mainly extra National Guard units, but its case, they were extra because they were black. One regiment from Harlem, one from Chicago. Yeah, that was, look, I tell people all the time that the military had desegregated until Hoover came in. Or was it Wilson? It's Wilson, Woodrow Wilson. And Woodrow Wilson resegregated the military. And he was a notorious racist. He's the one who invited the movie, I just forgot the name of it.
Yeah, I know. I know which one is
the Civil War that makes the KKK look like the good guys. And he made that film, and it was premiered at the White House under Woodrow Wilson. So he loved that movie. He felt it was the greatest film ever made. Ash, I'm Pin. I am Sam. Went full and empty-handed. Absolutely. Remember Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump, next to ping pong competition? That ain't. Yep. Absolutely. I love that scene too. You can find his original Sling Blade short. Yeah, we watched it. I had Animal watch it. I felt it was important because they pretty much remake it for the beginning of this movie. And it works. I think it was nicer to have a girl from Arkansas play the girl.
Well, yeah, but casting choices aside, it was basically word for word.
Birth of a Nation.
The beginning of this movie.
Birth of a Nation. And I'm telling you, it is a great film, but it's racist as fuck. But if you want to watch a director who really knows what he's doing, that guy was the shit. They did a remake of it not that long ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to fucking watch that movie. No, thank you. So like I was saying, like Robert Duvall is only in it for one scene. You know, he plays his daddy. And
he has no boy.
I ain't got no boy. I think the scene that wrecked me was when he goes to the grave marker he made for his baby brother. And that scene where he's describing it to Frank, just goddamn, dude. You know, he says, I could hear him crying inside the shoebox. Absolutely. I agree, John.
He had some horrible family, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well, one of his great grandsons became a volleyball in a movie with Tom Hanks.
What?
Nothing?
I said
I
what?
said he had a great grandson who became a volleyball in a Tom Hanks movie, and nothing. Dead silent.
Wilson?
Woodrow Wilson. Triumph of the Will is also amazing and sad as fuck. Yes, they remade the movie. Hold on, I'll fucking find it for you. There it is. 2016. A historical drama directed by Nate Parker, a black man. In his directorial debut is based on the story of Nat Turner, the enslaved man who led the slave rebellion of Southampton County, Virginia in 1831. And it went in the extreme opposite direction of the original Birth of a Nation. With Duvaldo. Yeah. And you know, he looks like he's schizophrenic. If you watch it, like he's either that or BPD, because he's looking around like he's talking to somebody or somebody's talking to him in the seat.
He's definitely not right in the head, yeah.
Yeah. And Duvall, that's all he wanted, just that one scene. And he helped make this movie. If it weren't for him, I don't think this movie would have gotten made.
Really, you think?
That look, but it is an incredible film if you ever see it. But it is so blatantly one-sided and so fucking racist. It makes the South look like the good guys. And I got to tell you, it's not like the South were bad guys. It's those that were in it for the slavery that I have a problem with. And it wasn't all of them. Like I said, during that period of time, I think it's about 1% of the population in the South owned slaves. And I would say probably about 25% were, 25 to 30% were racist. And probably upwards closer to 60% of those that just, weren't fond of them, raised to look down on them, treat them like subpar humans. And then you got that another percentage that gets smaller of those who respected and didn't agree with the South fighting for slavery. And they were quiet, I'm going to tell you now. Don't worry, Gary. Wilson had his time in the sun in the scene from Top Gun. Triumph of the Will is remarkable. That's what's her name. Yeah. We just talked about her. I just forgot her name. The German filmmaker. Also remarkable for Leni. That's her, Leni Riefenstahl. She's the filmmaker. She is an incredible filmmaker. But yeah, propaganda for the Nazis. Robert Duvall is sadly no longer on this planet. He's still here physically. He's just spiritually no longer here. And I admired that man. And by the way, if you didn't know this, he was a true descendant of Robert E. Lee. That's why he was upset when he didn't get the part in Gettysburg, and it went to Martin Sheen. But they fixed it later when they did the sequel miniseries. And in that one, Robert Duvall got to play Robert E. Lee, and he nailed it. He was good as Robert E. Lee. And I lived in one of Robert E. Lee's homes. Elizabeth Gray's mother had bought it. She's a friend of mine from high school. And they rented the room to me and my wife and my child and Benjamin. And that place was haunted as fuck. I had a black friend. that would call me, and he would park out on the street. He would not fucking come anywhere near that house.
Damn.
And he's been popping up on my friends list, like people that I might, but I don't know if I should friend him or not, because we've got a lot of years. And I heard that he had some problems with me, and it kind of hurt my feelings when I heard what the problems were. I'm like, really? I was doing my best.
Lose your best. Losers do their best. Winners.
I was a bit of a loser at the time. This is before the military. I had trouble getting my shit squared away. I really did. But Michael Beatty said something to me. Let's see what he said. Yeah, because Michael's been bragging that now that he's had both a knee and hip replacement, he's now more machine than man. He cracked me up when he did that. I'm more machine than man, and I am the Terminator. Michael's bragging here. Hold on, let me pull the video down.
Next time he says to you he's the Terminator, you tell him that no, he's the Limpinator.
Oh, I like that.
The Limpinator. So here we go. This I wrote because when I went to get my scans done of my feet, this is also a prosthetic center for the Ozarks. And so I met a lot of fucking disabled veterans in there, and a couple of them with peg legs, you know. And one of them is the doctor himself that runs that department. He has a prosthesis from the knee down. He has an above or below the knee amputation. Actually, every single guy I saw was a below the knee amputation. And I looked over at the one dude because he's wearing his Marine headgear. And I just said, "Hey, simplify, brother." And he said, "Simplify" back to me. I said, "I don't deserve it. I'm Army. I'm a dog. But I'm going to say it to you because I respect the Marine Corps, man." And he goes, "Well, thank you for your service. And thank you for your service." And so Michael says, because I'm talking about the size of my shoe, because I wear 12 wides, like extra wide, because I have extra wide feet. And he goes, "Hello, I'm still 13 E." It's like brag. This was a fight between him and me from the age of 14 on. Who was going to get taller? Mike finally won. He's like 6'5". He kicked my ass by squeezing those extra 2 inches.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys have no idea how much I love that fucking guy. Deborah Lee, that's my sister-in-law, for ex-sister-in-law, but I love her. My goodness, those are certainly some big feet. Yeah, I got some big feet.
Gary's shoes are so big that I can stand in one of them with both feet.
Both her feet.
There's room around them. There's room around them. I tried for shits and giggles.
My nephew is got deployed. He's in Korea right now, and there he is, Xander. I'm so proud of him. And he sent me all these great fucking videos. I showed him the picture of you with your kitty, Loki. Let's see, where is it? I don't want to show it too much. But he shows his fucking vehicle is badass, man. It really is. This is Alpha knows what this is. This is the internal system that tells him everything operational in the vehicle. Tells him if it's got a problem, he can make changes. Like right now, he's revving up the engine right on the computer console. Because when I first saw it, I said, is that an FBCB2? And he goes, "No, that's the, what did he call it? I forget what the hell he called it. It's It's DSDU is what it is, a DSDU, and it's the operating system for the vehicle itself. And I'm like, that's super badass. And he also shot some night stuff. I'm not going to show you guys because I don't think I'm allowed to. I shouldn't. But they had a quasi ambush situation, and because they're in Korea, Korea demands that all their vehicles have the whoopee attachment on the top for bubble lights. So they got the police fucking lights on top of their military vehicles, which is weird. Announcing your presence. My ankle is held together by space-age polymers. The medal ceremony from Star Wars was directly taken from Triumph of the Will. Yeah, it's true, Alfred. Absolutely correct. So I'm going to close this one, go back to watching the video. That's actually a good movie if you ever saw it.
No, I haven't.
I was shocked at how, with Cillian Murphy and Rachel McAdams, and you think that this is going to be like some romantic thing, but I know that it's also a thriller, horror thriller. So I'm like, he's not what he appears to be, and he's not.
No, he's a mean motherfucker, and I know that for the trailer.
Yeah. So yeah, I like the film. I mean, I don't love it, but I liked it. It was kind of reminding me of something like John Carpenter or Wes Craven would have done. So let's get back to the movie. You know what they say about guys with big feet? Yeah, Robin Williams. Yeah, they got soul. Good one, John. I like Robin Williams. Well, you know what they say about men with big hands, big feet? They wear big shoes and big gloves. Oh no. No, Nanu. No, Nanu.
I will forever miss that guy.
Yeah. The way he topped himself just freaks me out when I think about it. This is one of my favorite moments in the film because you're seeing the character arc take place with Carl, him doing this with this boy. And as they're walking home, he says, "You know, I'm proud of you."
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie.
No, the movie's awesome.
What movie did she do with Rob Schneider?
One of the girls? I think it's a body swap movie.
The Hot Chick. I remember that movie. I got to be honest. I fucking laughed my butt off at that. I actually liked that movie, and I liked The Animal.
The Animal, yeah.
Like when Norm Macdonald's got the torch, he's like, wait, we've got these torches and we're hunting down somebody that might be of color. I don't know if I want to be part of this. That sounds a bit racist. Fucking Norm Macdonald. That's another guy. I cried when he died, man. It broke my heart. That guy was so influential with me. That guy is so fucking funny. That whole thing he did with Germany, just on David Letterman, just fucking killed me. You guys are worried about North Korea and Iran. You know who I'm afraid of? Germany. I don't know if you know this, but Germany once went to war. Who with? The world. The way he says. Hot Chick was a pretty funny movie. Yeah, it was. It's a basic, that whole switching body thing can make for some funny shit when done right. Like I like the original Jamie Lee Curtis and the girl who went nuts playing her daughter. She went nuts in real life. I can't think of her name. She was in one of the Herbie movies too. Yeah, Freaky Friday was actually, I like that movie, but I prefer the original that came out when I was a kid, the Disney version. But I actually did like the one that they did too, because I thought it was good, but the original is better. But then they did something like that with the guy I went to high school with, Judge Reinhold, where he switches places with his son. I forget the name of that movie. Came out in 91, 92, right there.
But I like more 18 Again.
I didn't like that one. But I know it's George Burns is in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, that
There's
is
a couple of movies.
To date, is the body swap movie that I have liked the most.
Yeah, I'm looking up the film right now. 1988. It was called Vice Versa.
Yes,
I thought it was 92, but it's 88, Vice Versa, and it's him and the kid, Fred Savage. And I liked the movie. I thought it was good. I think I'm going to find a copy of that. We should watch that, Adam, just for fun. Sometimes we just watch movies because we want to watch them. I get her to watch movies with me.
Oh, I
Hot
thought
Chick
you watched
was a pretty fun
movies
movie.
you didn't want to.
Totally forgot that one. Oh, look, dude. The funniest thing about that movie, the American Gigolo, whatever the thing was called, the funniest part of that was me being super high one night watching it. And it was on this big 72-inch screen. We're watching it and we're partying, and I'm drunk and high. And I'm just sitting there on the sofa with cake. And I'm watching, I'm just staring at the TV. And Brian pauses the movie, goes to the door to answer it, but I am so focused on that movie, I'm just staring at the screen, and it's paused. And in the middle of a silent moment, I went, "This is the longest scene I have ever watched."
Good Lord.
Everybody lost their shit when I said that because I was really fucking high. There was a moment where I'm sitting there and I went, "Oh my God, how long wasn't I breathing?" Like, oh my God. I don't know if you've ever been that high. I became really paranoid that night. That was a rough night. Not Martin. What's your guy's name? Marshall said, "Gotta go walk it off, buddy. You go outside, walk around." I said, "I might get lost." I'm so fucking freaked out by it. Freaky Friday is way better. Jodie Foster, that's right, she was in it. Her whole maturity as a young girl made the movie so good. Yeah, I liked that film. And it's not like I didn't like the second one, the remake. I thought it was fun. Bird was and still is Forrest Whitaker's best performance. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
Hold on.
Look,
Body swap movie
him as Idi Amin.
Having to have a second press. How is that working? I'm confused. I need an explanation.
Wait, what?
No,
What
Big wasn't a
John
body
says
swap.
here. What was it then?
Oh
You
no,
haven't-
because he didn't swap bodies. He
No.
just got big, and he wished that he was big because he didn't like being so short, the kid. So he
Oh,
makes a wish,
okay.
and the next morning he wakes up. He's no longer an
an adult.
11-year-old kid. He's now a man in his
Yeah, that's
late 20s, early
not a
30s.
swap. That's a fast forward overnight.
Yeah, and I like that movie. I do.
Yeah, we watched
I
it. I
do.
remember. It was fun.
Let's see.
Don't you dare
Gary
confuse
forgot how
me.
to. Oh, dude, I forgot how to breathe. And I think one of the more funny moments is later. Like I didn't want to be alone. I was so fucking paranoid. And I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen or been like this. I was so fucking paranoid. It's why I stopped smoking weed. I did not like that. And I went and I asked Ben and his wife, then Jennifer, I think was her name, "Can I just sleep on your guys' floor? I just don't want to be alone." And she goes, "Oh, no." And I went, "It's not like I'm asking to go to bed with you, weirdo." And so I made them feel like the weirdos for like her acting that way. And I went back out there and I sat out there with a hippie. And I just slowly came out of it. And then like the next day I was like, why was I so paranoid? Dumb. I didn't smoke weed anymore after that. Didn't like it. But it's true, I did forget how to breathe. Freaky Friday episode of Community was good. Yes. A bad Troy antics and then the serious turn regarding Troy and Britta's relationship. Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai is a great movie, Shinatsky. Great fucking movie. I know Big wasn't a body swap, but he became older, so it's like an age body swap. Yeah. Woke up, went to bed 12 years old, woke up 30. They did that again, and that was Jennifer Garner that did hers, 13 going on 30. And you know what? I enjoyed that movie. Never watch it again, unless Anima wants to see it because she hadn't seen it. This scene is so heartbreaking. Oh my God. He gives Frank all his books, and it's like, I started wondering if he's thinking that he might actually die doing this. And I think he's accepted the fact that if Doyle fights him, he's going to be killed. And he's willing to do that.
I don't think that's it.
I don't think so.
He knows that he's going back into the institution, so he doesn't need his books.
Well, that's what he's assuming. But I also think that he is also relatively acceptable of the fact that...
Yeah, but here's the thing.
He has to. Don't say no. You have to come to terms with that before you do something that he's doing.
Okay, listen to my argument. He knows that he can overpower Doyle. He already did with just one hand.
Yeah.
Well, he also says that Doyle will whoop my ass. Right here.
He says he knows he's going to catch him when he's drunk. So that'll be... Yeah.
That's the hope.
He's afraid of dying.
I don't think I didn't say he was afraid of dying.
That's a sure bet.
Whoa. I didn't say he was afraid, but anytime you go into a situation like that, you're a fucking idiot if you don't consider the fact you might die doing this. Not saying retarded, idiot. And he's not an idiot.
Speaking of retarded, he knows that he's going to be vastly underestimated.
Anima, you're breaking. You're breaking. Give it a second.
Wait, is she breaking up with me? No!
No,
I already paid for the caterer. You can't break up with me.
She's not that wise.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah. We can hear
I think he knows that Doyle is underestimating him all the time because to him he's just a retard. That makes it even easier because he's not even going to try to defend himself because he doesn't take him serious. So
that's so funny because he does when he goes in there. But I'm still telling you, you don't go into that situation without the consideration that if he fights back, what if I lose? And you have to weigh your options and determine that it's worth the cost to do what I need to do. That no matter how this turns out, but as luck has it, Doyle doesn't take him seriously, sits there and doesn't even resist. He doesn't even put his hands up. He's just sitting there drunk, just looking at him. And the sound effect, by the way, with the second hit, that's gross. It sounded like he just, and I wondered if they did that effect, because I never looked it up, but if I had done that scene, I would have had the actor move out of the way and put a watermelon there for him to strike. Because that's what it sounded like, him hitting a watermelon.
But
yeah, you can't go, all the plants will die. What is that from? I know what that's from. You can't go. All the plants will die. Anima, you've seen the movie.
Yeah, we saw that movie. I think it was for...
I'm trying to say something else, but never mind. I don't know where that's from.
This is directed at you. So you can't go. All the plants will do. It's from Stripes when his girlfriend leaves him.
Yeah, we watched that movie like 3.5 years ago. No chance that I'll get a quote from that. Sorry.
You know, what's interesting too about Billy Bob, he lost a lot of weight between the short film and this one because he is a pudgy motherfucker when he made the first short film, and he
There's like
lost all
4
that
years in
weight.
between, right?
No, I think it was 2 years, 2 or 3 years, because one came out in '94 and the other one came out in '96.
Yeah, 2 years then.
And the whole, some call it a sling blade. If you didn't know this, started out as a one-man show that he did because he was making a movie with Val Kilmer for TV, The Man Who Broke 1,000 Chains. And he was sitting there in makeup and they cut his hair and he's all alone in his room looking at himself and he just hated himself, self-loathing. He's like, look at what you're doing. You know, you're excited to get this bit part. Like you're nothing. And then he becomes Carl in the mirror. He created that character looking in the mirror with that haircut he had, same haircut. And then there's a funny story with this haircut for this movie version, where he went to the local barber there where they shot this, the little town they shot in Arkansas, and the guy was asleep in the barber chair, and he says, "Now I want to tell you how old school this barber shop is." He's sitting in a chair that on the armrest at the end of each one is an ashtray. And there are smoking cigarettes in both ashtrays. He's like smoking 2 cigarettes. And he passed out in this chair. And he woke him up and asked him for the usual haircut. And that's the usual haircut that guy gives at that barbershop. That's the best Stripes quote of the year. Alpha.
Alpha looks different. Like,
oh, Alpha's got some nice tits right now. Little Sydney Sweeney thing going on.
It's what he does when he wants to show us photos. It's the only way he can do it, by changing them into his avatar. So they will show up when we pull up his comment.
This is so fucking good. This scene is, how do I call the police? And it's after he tells him, I reckon I'm going to kill you with it. You know, what you do with that lawnmower blade? I'm reckon to kill you with it. And then he says, well, I guess you're going to have to dial 911. You'll need to ask for an ambulance and probably a hearse. And he says, Hearst, which cracked me up.
What is that even?
That is so country. It's not a hearse, it's a hearse. The car is called a hearse. It's the station wagon style car that carries dead bodies in it, you know, caskets, the hearse. And he called it a hearse. And that is so, I like the way they shot that because you could see in the mirror the reflection of the murder. So you're watching the murder twice from 2 different angles at the same time because of the mirror in the background.
Without actually seeing the murder, because all of
no gore.
Is him swinging the blade.
And what I think happened is he moved over to the side and somebody brought up, or he brought up a watermelon for him to cut into because it sounded like real. And maybe they did edit the sound later, but it sounded like him thunking the watermelon. And then the second shot goes through because you can hear it's wet. And he describes on the phone, yeah, when I hit it, whacked him the second time, I split his head open right down the middle. Like, goddamn, dude. And what does he do? He calls him, sits down, and has a biscuit with some mustard. Yeah, Patty Hearst.
Hey, D-Bud.
Hey, dude.
What's up, D-Bud? How you doing? His and hers, right? But in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and 70s, it was a whole other situation. Wait, what are we talking about here? Let's go back up here. Sydney Sweeney as Harriet Tubman. Oh, my God. Race swapper. They love race swap in Hollywood, but it has to always go one way, not the other. I remember those barber chairs. Heck yeah. Nowadays, those people are treated equally and fairly. I mean, the mentally challenged. What do you mean? You're mentally challenged? Yeah.
This is what I was trying to say when the psycho asks him how the world outside was, and he says it's too big. He knew he was going back in. I don't think he expected to die at all.
I'm telling you, nobody does that without that consideration. Period.
He's not a normal
It's not an argument. It's
grown-up.
not a debate. You cannot make a decision to do that without the understanding there's the potential. And if you
His
don't
thinking-
understand that, I don't.
His
Don't
thinking
listen to me.
is, he did it
Doesn't
once
matter.
before, and he ended up in there. If he does it again, he's going to go back there again.
I have many relatives
simple.
that talk like that. Yeah, I've got family too. I've got family that still live in Arkansas. Yeah, J.T. Walsh is such a slimy character in this. And this is showing what impact having his relationship with that young boy, his friendship, changed him as a person, with the mother too. You know, all of them, they all had an impact on him because he never got to have a normal relationship before. And so he goes through his whole life as this one thing, and then finally gets released into the real world. And in that little short span of time, he becomes a full person. And finally, he turns to this guy and he just tells him, if you don't stop talking to me, I'm going to kill you. Like, okay, there you go. And he looks out that window. Of course, this image here is what's used on the movie poster of him looking out that window at the end. And some of the mannerisms, like the way he talks, came from an older man that he met. In one, they said it was at an ice cream parlor, but and the story I heard him tell was a nursing home. And then he got the walking from a guy he worked with when he was doing big equipment delivery, construction equipment. And he was backing out off this trailer, and the guy threw one of the ramps down, but didn't throw the other one down. And he tried to go down, and he went down sideways. And he's like, "Dang it! I almost got crushed on that thing." Well, you go, and what was it he said, Anima? I told you once.
Don't remember.
And he says, "Well, I couldn't hear you because this machine's really loud." And then the guy just turns around and he says, "I told you," mumbles it, and just walks away from him. And the way he walked away was the way that Carl walks, and he imitated that walk. And he got stuff from real people. And there is a true story there in Arkansas where he grew up of a young man that was made to live in the back. There's kind of, if you look at it, it's there's a connection to the Frankenstein monster and his desire to be friends. And so he's kind of the Frankenstein monster, you know, and having a relationship with the children or the blind man. And Frank is like the old blind man in this. And he becomes a fully formed person because of it. I also like his confrontation with his dad. He says, I got me a Bible. I read it from front to back. It took me 4 years. He says, and what I read in there, all those things you taught me when I was a boy, none of that's in the Bible. And then he says, he kind of expresses how he'd like to kill him. And but he doesn't. He leaves, and then he visits the graveside of his little brother, which I thought was probably one of the most emotional moments in the film. It ain't got no. Yeah, that's so fucking funny. He like sees the most obvious shit, like people just not thinking, and he's like, because his brain is so simple, it's very clarion, It's like his clear thinking. Yeah, I like that. I like characters.
The other guys, they are overthinking it. Like, what could
they're
mechanically be
overthinking
wrong
it,
with that
exactly.
thing? And he's going for the first simple step. It's like a computer guy. Is it plugged in? That's the same.
Yeah,
as
is
what
it
he's
plugged
doing
in?
here. Does it have gas? No, it doesn't. No wonder it doesn't work. Oh, D-Bud with a breach.
Oh, the backdoor breach. There you go. Guess we owe you one.
We didn't find a new one in a while now. We're only doing movies that don't have a backdoor. I like finding new ones.
Well, I'm going to give him a video that is not backdoor related for his backdoor breach, which is this one. Because there's a lot of backdoor action in this movie.
We're all in the same boat, fellas.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really. Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks? You mean shenanigans? Oh. You're talking about shenanigans, right?
Put those away!
Yeehaw! And this one goes out to all my friends that are enjoying some of the protesters getting their asses handed to them. If you enjoyed it as much as I do, I think they were all inspired by that scene. Protesters. Yeah, I'll give you a back door.
Open your back door, baby. Loosen your hinges, I'll show you my key.
Hey, I was born and reared in Arkansas. I love it here, jerk. Hey, man, not everybody can be from Arkansas. Let's see. Super Troopers 3 a couple of days ago. I did too, and I'm pretty stoked about this movie. I really am. Bloody peasant. Indeed. So you're actually from Arkansas. That's cool. You're not far away then, because I'm here at the southwestern part of Missouri. I'm about 10 minutes from Branson, which is about 10 to 20 minutes from the border to Arkansas. And I like Arkansas. Like I said earlier, I have family down there. Yeah. But and I don't know what the R stands for in it, but of course it's got its name from Kansas. And we're all connected to it because we have two different Kansas cities. If you didn't know that, Anima. One side of it is in Kansas, and the other side of the bridge is in Missouri, and they're both the same fucking city, but they're different mayors, different governors. One is in Kansas and one is in U.S. I mean, in Missouri, and they share the same fucking name now. Kansas City. I heard Texans from television say it that way. Well, I've always jokingly called them Arkansas, just for the shits and giggles of it. Got a lot of friends that are from there. They come up here for all the conventions we have in Springfield and Branson. Like great nerd stuff goes on up here for Star Trek, Star Wars, and all that shit. D&D. And sadly, Game, they went for a long time, but apparently I don't want to say their names, but they broke up, and that was the end of game convention, which is sad because it was just mostly gaming and sci-fi shit. It was a lot of fun. They was really nice people. Ooh, we got some great burger places. Oh, we have a bar and grill, Anima, that has a Philly steak and cheese with real steak fries. I'm going to try that.
How did we get to fast food again now?
Because I was looking it up earlier.
Oh, you still had that open.
It's right over in Gainesville. Let's go over there and try them out. We don't like it when you say it that way. Nobody does. That's the point. But everybody I've ever met from Arkansas is pretty laid back. They don't give a shit. They don't make a big to do about it. Yeah, we don't call it that. But my aunt Catherine lived in Little Rock, and we used to go there all the time to go visit my aunt Katie. She was awesome. If you guys haven't seen Internet Archive, then you've got to do it. Yeah, I'd go there all the time, dude. They have great stuff. They really do. A lot of cool stuff you can download from there. They also have a rental system. It's free, but you have to sign up, log in, have an account, and you can actually like read books and magazines and shit through their library program. It's really good. Great website, the Internet Archive. Arkansas. I'm in Fairfax, Virginia now. Oh, what a shithole, Alpha. But technically, I am a resident of Shelby County, Tennessee. When I get to Memphis next, we'll need to work on a meetup. Hell yeah, dude. But Fairfax, we used to, when we were protesting, Roger Staubach was trying to build an airport in Stafford. We didn't want that airport. We're like, you already have you have Dulles, you have a bunch of places for airports, and Fredericksburg has their own airport. What do you need an airport in Stafford? Well, it's because Stafford is where a lot of the guys that were commuting to DC and Quantico were living. And they built this huge fucking rich housing project. And fuck, man, they're assholes. And Staubach wanted to build this airport, and we were fighting him. And the people that published the magazine I worked for were behind it, and I was their artist. And so they got me to do a lot of artwork for this thing. And one of the campaigns was don't Fairfax Stafford, because Fairfax was known for all its strip malls. Yeah, Internet Archive is a great website, dude. Yep. I was in a rock band in Fairfax. I quit though, because all they wanted to do was Beach Boy covers, and that was like just weird.
Oh God.
The sheer number of airports around DC destroyed my immersion in Die Hard 2. They should have kept the film in Colorado where they actually filmed it. Yep. Roger Steinbeck. Roger Staubach. Yeah, that's Steinbeck. Because he was moving to Stafford, okay? And he wanted to have an airport where he could fly in and fly out from his business. And when he travels, and he wanted to have an airport right there in Stafford. And they won, from what I heard, because that's when I went in the Army. I had to leave. And I had signed up in the Army. And so I told him, I said, I hope we win. And I had to leave without knowing. And I found out much I found out like 2 years ago when I talked to them. I found both my bosses on LinkedIn. Actually, all my bosses are on LinkedIn. And so I've got this friendship with all my former bosses. Talk to them about all the cool shit.
Okay, I need to show this.
Well, I wasn't sure. I thought you were being a smartass.
Okay, again, I need to show this. This is a picture that was sent to me by Andy Morrow. So it's becoming a thing now. put some hair.
It's a thing. It's a
Put
thing.
some hair on the guy that doesn't want to have hair.
Actually, you know what? It's funny you brought that up because Blade Zone, when they had a major server crash, the Blade Runner fan club, they lost a lot of shit. Well, I went into the Internet Archive, the Wayback Machine, and I found almost all of the pages that were missing and images through the Wayback Machine. And I sent it to Gary Carden, the guy that manages the website. And all thanks to the Internet Archive, man. It's a great website, dude. It is great. Oh boy. All right. I wish Mephisto didn't have to go to bed, man. I wish he could have stuck it through with us to the end. But man, he's got to go to sleep. He's got to sleep.
He's getting up super early, and he stayed until midnight anyway.
What's your former website? Department of Defense. The worst thing to happen to Blade Runner is Amazon. No, I think the worst thing to happen to Blade Runner was Ridley Scott. Can we get a picture of Martin with the flock of seagulls? Dude, with the big old fucking pompadour, pointy, that fucking hairdo. That hairdo destroyed the band. That was not something that he wore in real life. The director of the video talked him into it, and it became a problem. And the band never got taken seriously because of that fucking hairdo. I also checked out their episodes of The Magician. Apparently, Murder to Find It. Wait, do they have The Magician on there? Bankman's Girl? I didn't know that. I'm going to go find it. I love that show. I love that show. It was a reference site for military decorations of the world. You need to revamp it, man. Put it back out there. Put it on Wix.
Well, your profile picture has 2 big medals.
Mm-hmm. I know somebody just like that. So, well, I think that's it. I'm done.
I thought you were.
I'm
Gary.
done.
I thought you were Gary. But okay, Don it is.
I'm Gary Dunn. So I'm going to say bye to everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here. Snorty, John Whitaker, 11 Alpha, Penny, Sandra Hammerschlag, Shinaski, Joe's Atmosphere dropped in. Awesome One, Venkman's Girl, Read by Nature, E. Clay Thomason, our good buddy Zax, my buddy, and D. Bud Martin, the hardest working wrench in the business. And wait, what's this? Venkman's, yeah, hear that. And Sydney Sweeney as Chesty Puller.
She's pulling some chest, let me tell you.
Yeah, they gender swapped Chesty Puller with Sydney Sweeney. That'll be fucking funny. Is Joe still on hiatus? He'll be back next week, buddy. He'll be back. He's done with the morning, and he's done with all the shit that he had to take care of. So we will see him back next week, and I'm looking forward to seeing him. Been too long. Gets weird when I don't have him to talk to.
Yeah,
and
right?
like, if I don't shit on MPs like once a week, I start feeling off. And it's really funny because like I just had conversation with 2 of my friends, and both of them, well, one's a Marine and the other one's Army, and it was not Pope, by the way. And said, "Oh man, fucking military pricks." I'm like, right? We all hate them, but we have in common. Each branch, we fucking hate MPs. But Joe is my friend, and I love him, and I like to tease him about being an MP. You know, the branch, you know, or I'm sorry, the part of the Army that's not quite as military and just more prickish.
So the real unifying glue of the armed forces
is our disdain. for MPs. It's true. It's like, I don't know anybody that wasn't an MP that didn't like MPs. I mean, that didn't not like or didn't dislike them. There we go. It's a double negative because I did dislike them. So, but that's it. Oh, by the way, Anima really got a kick out of some of the, like at one point, it was a triple negative.
Yeah. I'm used to double, but triple is trippy.
I ain't got no place to go, kind of stuff. And she heard it was like, that was a triple negative, which means that he didn't.
It's mindfuck for me.
Yeah. So, but that's it, guys. We're going to get the hell out of here. Everybody have a great Wednesday. Don't forget, Keith will be back tomorrow doing whatever the fuck he does on Thursdays, talking about shit. And then we will be back on Friday, and we'll be talking about another Billy Bob Thornton film. This one, wait, what are we doing Thursday? I forgot the name. Which one? Because I know we're doing Armageddon on Saturday. What was it?
A Simple Plan.
Oh my God. It's the least Sam Raimi movie. And like even the film that he did with Cate Blanchett as the psychic is more Sam Raimi than that movie. That movie felt like somebody else directed it, but it's good. I like the movie. And Billy Bob's character, and again, a little slow. His character's a little slow, but he's a likable character. And you see good people doing bad things, making bad decisions. And I do like that movie. And it's got what's her name in it that I can't stand. But I tolerate it because everybody else is awesome in it. Because you got Bill Paxton playing his brother, Billy Bob Thornton.
There's a couple that you can't stand, so.
Well, it's the main female that's in it.
The original Nikita.
Michael Lerner's daughter. Oh wait, no, is that Bridget Fonda?
Yep.
I stand corrected. No, I like her. I was really sad when she quit acting. Yeah, she married Danny Elfman, and Scientology told her to go live in a cave. So she lives in a cave and got fat. And it's just fucking tragic what happened to her thanks to Scientology. Well, she got injured too, and I know that. She hurt her neck. And I'm sure that laid her up for a while, but it's just sad to see what she looks like now. And Danny Elfman looks like an insane old lady with a Dutch boy haircut. Like he's got the hair of that girl from Sweden or whatever the fuck it is. Netherlands. What is that little bitch's name? She says, "How dare you?" Greta Thunberg.
Greta.
Yeah, he's got a hairdo like. Yeah, he's a hairdo like her. It's weird looking. Have you guys seen Danny Elfman? Like, oh my God.
No,
okay, fuck it.
I haven't
Hold on.
seen him in a long time. The last time I saw him, he looked like a deranged old lady.
That's what I just said. He's got that crazy fucking hairdo. Here we go. Oh my God, he looks like a crazy old lady. Like just fucking weird looking. And let me see if I can fucking open this. Yep, there we go. All right, share screen. Then we're going. Seriously, got to get going. There we are. You want to share that?
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Wow, does he not own a mirror?
And Bridget Fonda married that. Okay, Scientology controls that. So yeah, you're welcome. So anyway, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Everybody have a great Wednesday, please. And Keith will see you tomorrow. Martin will see you too. And then I will see you Friday. And everybody just have a very good day. And don't forget, it's hump day. Find somebody to hump. All right. Bye now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Don't come back now. You hear?
Matt Damon.